Ever wondered what are the top 10 local foods of New York City? Well, you're in for a treat. This bustling metropolis is a melting pot of cultures, each contributing to a culinary scene as diverse as its population. From the streets of Manhattan to the boroughs beyond, we'll explore iconic dishes that define the city's gastronomy, each with its own unique story. So, without further ado, let's kick off this gastronomic journey with number 10. At number 10, we have the iconic New York-style pizza. A staple that has stood the test of time, this pizza variety dates back to the early 20th century, when Italian immigrants brought their culinary traditions to the streets of New York. The result? A pizza with a thin, crispy crust hand-tossed to perfection, and generously topped with a simple yet flavorful tomato sauce and gooey mozzarella. But the magic is in the baking, as it's cooked in high-temperature gas ovens that give it that distinctive, slightly charred finish. When in New York, you'll find no shortage of places to grab an authentic slice. But for a true taste of the classic, head over to DeFara Pizza in Brooklyn. Known for their traditional approach and meticulous attention to detail, they've been serving up slices of heaven since 1964. So, if you're in the mood for a slice of heaven, you know where to go. Moving on to number 9, the quintessential New York bagel. With its Jewish roots tracing back to the 17th century Poland, it's no wonder the bagel has found a cozy home in the heart of New York City, a melting pot of cultures and cuisines. Now let's talk texture. A true New York bagel isn't just your average bread roll with a hole. It's a masterful balance of a dense, chewy interior contrasted by a glossy, slightly crisp exterior. It's a perfect canvas for a smear of cream cheese or a hearty sandwich filling. And where can you find these circular wonders? One of the city's beloved bagel shops is Essa Bagel in Manhattan. Known for their hand-rolled and kettle-boiled bagels, they've been serving up these doughy delights since the mid-70s. Remember, a New York bagel is not just a breakfast item, it's a way of life. Before we continue our countdown, a quick word from our generous sponsor, Big Apple Bites. Don't you want to experience the true taste of New York City? Big Apple Bites offers curated food tours around the city, ensuring you don't miss out on any local delicacies. From hot dogs in Coney Island to dumplings in Chinatown, they've got you covered. It's more than just a tour, it's a flavor journey. With Big Apple Bites, your NYC food adventure is just a bite away. Back to our countdown at number 8, we have the humble hot dog. Originating from Germany, the hot dog found its way to New York City in the mid-19th century. The city, with its melting pot of cultures, embraced this simple yet versatile food, and the New York hot dog was born. Over time, it has evolved from a simple sausage in a bun to an iconic street food with countless variations. You can find it with sauerkraut, onions, and the all-important mustard, or even decked out with chili and cheese. For a taste of this classic, head over to Nathan's Famous in Coney Island. Established in 1915, Nathan's has been serving up their renowned hot dogs for over a century, and they're considered a must-try for any food lover. Whether it's a quick snack or a late-night bite, a hot dog always hits the spot. Coming in at number 7, the legendary lobster roll. This luxurious delight hails from the charming shores of New England. Picture this, succulent chunks of lobster, lightly dressed in mayo or butter, cradled in a pillowy, lightly toasted roll. It's no wonder this seafood spectacle quickly found a second home in the bustling city of New York, where indulgence is a way of life. And where might one find this maritime marvel in the concrete jungle, you ask? Look no further than Luke's Lobster in Manhattan. Serving up some of the best lobster rolls in the city, Luke's Lobster ensures each bite is a true taste of the sea. But remember, it's not just about the lobster. The roll, split top and buttered, plays a crucial part too, providing the perfect contrast to the cool, creamy fillings. So, if you fancy a taste of the sea, you know where to roll. If you're enjoying this culinary journey, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more foodie adventures. Your support helps us uncover more delicious gems and share them with you. Ready for more tasty discoveries? Now let's continue our mouth-watering countdown. At number 6, we have the comforting chicken and rice. This dish has its roots firmly planted in the Middle East, but it's found a second home in the bustling food scene of New York City. It's a simple, hearty meal, fragrant rice paired with succulent chicken, doused in a flavorful sauce. But the magic lies in its simplicity, and that's what makes it a staple in the city's street food culture. New York streets are filled with food carts, but amongst them, the halal guys stand out. They've been serving up their version of chicken and rice for decades, and it's the stuff of legends. The dish is a symphony of flavors, a perfect balance of savory, spicy, and tangy that will leave you wanting more. It's the ultimate comfort food, perfect for those late-night cravings. So when the hunger pangs strike at midnight, you know what to grab. Sweetening things up at number 5, the New York cheesecake. This creamy, rich delight has roots that trace back to ancient Europe. Greece, to be exact, where it was served to athletes during the first Olympic Games. It journeyed across continents and evolved over time, finally finding a home in the heartlands of New York. The New York cheesecake is a culinary masterpiece, distinguished by its velvety texture and a sublime balance of sweet and tangy. It's a symphony of cream cheese, eggs, and sugar, all resting on a crumbly graham cracker crust. The result? A dessert that's decadent yet light, melting in your mouth with every bite. And where can you find the best slice of this heavenly dessert? Junior's in Brooklyn has been serving up their famous cheesecake since the early 1950s. Their secret recipe has stood the test of time, making them a go-to spot for both locals and tourists alike. So for a sweet ending to your meal, a slice of cheesecake is a must. At number 4, we have the iconic pastrami sandwich. This mouth-watering delight traces its roots back to Eastern Europe, brought to the shores of New York by immigrants eager to share their culinary traditions. The pastrami sandwich quickly became a beloved staple in the city's food scene. Imagine layers of succulent smoky pastrami, expertly cured and cooked to perfection, then generously stacked between slices of rye bread. It's a symphony of flavors, with the smokiness of the pastrami beautifully balanced by the spiciness of mustard and the tangy crunch of pickles. When it comes to the best pastrami sandwiches in New York, Katz's Delicatessen is a must-visit. This legendary deli has been serving up this iconic sandwich for over a century, and their pastrami is a thing of beauty, slow-cooked for hours to achieve that melt-in-your-mouth texture. So if you're craving a hearty sandwich, you know where to head. At number 3, we have the tasty dumplings. These delightful pockets of joy, with their roots deep in Chinese tradition, have found a cozy home in the heart of New York City. Dumplings are culinary chameleons, with their endless versatility. Be it filled with succulent pork, tangy shrimp, or a simple yet flavor-packed mix of vegetables, there's a dumpling for every palate. Introduced by Chinese immigrants, dumplings have woven their way into the fabric of the city's food scene, offering a burst of authentic flavors in every bite. They're not just food, they're a story of heritage, journey, and adaptation. Now where should you go to experience this dumpling delight? We highly recommend Vanessa's Dumpling House. This popular joint serves up some of the best dumplings in town. Their crispy golden exteriors give way to a soul-soothing filling that will leave you craving for more. So if you're in Chinatown, don't forget to grab a plate of dumplings. At number 2, we have the crispy bagel and lox. This iconic New York delicacy has its roots firmly planted in the city's rich Jewish heritage. The bagel and lox is a culinary symphony of flavors, where the crispiness of the bagel meets the silky smoothness of the salmon, all harmonized with a spread of creamy cheese and topped off with a layer of capers, onions, and tomatoes. It's a breakfast tradition that has been passed down through generations of New Yorkers. And who does it best? Well, Russ and Daughters is a name that resonates deeply within the bagel and lox community. Opened in 1914, this family-owned deli has been serving up their renowned bagel and lox for over a century. Their secret? Using only the finest ingredients and adhering to traditional preparation methods, so for a classic New York breakfast you can't go wrong with bagel and lox. And finally, at number 1, the unbeatable New York pretzel. Originating from the heart of Germany, the pretzel sailed across the Atlantic and made its home in the bustling streets of New York. It's a testament to the city's ability to take something from far away and make it unmistakably its own. The New York pretzel is no ordinary snack. It's a street food staple. With its unique knot-like shape and a delightful crunch, it's a treat you can't resist. A simple dusting of coarse salt is all it takes to bring out its distinct flavor, making it the perfect grab-and-go snack for locals and tourists alike. You'll find pretzel carts peppered across the city, each with its own secret recipe. Some notable ones include the legendary Sigmund's on Avenue B and the ever-popular pretzel cart in Central Park. So for a quick, delicious snack, nothing beats a New York pretzel. And there you have it, the top 10 local foods of New York City. From the gooey delight of a classic New York-style pizza to the comforting warmth of chicken and rice, the city's food scene is a testament to its diversity and richness. Whether you're sinking your teeth into a legendary lobster roll or savoring a sweet slice of cheesecake, there's a culinary adventure waiting at every corner. So the next time you're in New York, make sure to tick off these culinary delights from your list. Until next time, keep exploring and keep eating.